Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we just had YCS Vancouver. We told you guys we were going to cover this event immediately after it occurred, probably early this week, and it's Monday. Welcome in, guys. Early this week is now, and we're going to be covering this event that had 560 duelists. I was surprised. I was like, no way, only 560 duelists for a YCS? I mean, that's the capacity of some regionals. So that was crazy just to hear about, the low count of YCS Vancouver, but at the same time, that thing is kind of far. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? I want to make it out there to Vancouver one day, hopefully. I just want to get to know the city. In Canada, it's pretty cool to visit and things of that nature. But regardless of that, guys, 560 duelists right here went at it. They competed at, the highest of Yu-Gi-Oh levels. And if we analyze the event, we see that the top 32, the most represented deck was actually Vanquished Soul Canine. So again, it had the biggest piece of the pie chart right here, and then Yummy was a close second. In the sense of pie chart wise, but with 7 right here. And then you had Crystron Canine with 5 here as well, and then you had the Draco Tails and the Mitsubudis and 2 Malices and 1 White Forest. So that's pretty interesting, making it all the way to top 32. And again, yes, maybe there's less duelists, obviously, than like regular YCS. Is regular in the sense of attendance wise, where you get at least over 1,000, usually 12, 13, 1,500 players. So again, it's early in the season. It is the one of the first YCS, if I'm not mistaken, of this new competitive season. So we can take a lot out of this YCS. Yes, again, the count wasn't large in the sense, attendance wise, but still there was top tier, high level competitors going at it at this event. And as we can see, top 16, Vanquish Soul and Yummy and Crystron Canine were heavily represented. And then that, zimmered down to Vanquish Soul Canine and Yummy in the top 8. And then, from there on out until the winner. Again, shout out to Triff, right here for winning the YCS Vancouver. Is always cool, when we get a champ like Triff, just all that positive energy, vibes, and things of that nature. So that was epic. It sucks that we couldn't see or watch that on, like stream per se. A live stream would have been cool, but as we can see, we're gonna discuss just a couple of these top decks here. Shout out to Yassine as well with a top 4. That's pretty impressive as well. And then you have Jesse Cotton as well in the top 8, and and everyone else that participated. But you have these iconic pro players here making it to the top tier of this event. So that was pretty fun. But let me know what you guys think. We're gonna cover this event. We're gonna start off with just a couple cards making moves, and then move into each of these decks and just discuss these, because again, you can make money, save money by just analyzing and understanding these trends, that can shape potentially even up until the next YCS. Of course, we're expecting the ban list in a couple of weeks, which always can alter things around, shift things around, and things of that nature. But in the meantime, for the next couple of weeks, this should be the defining format, that could possibly trickle down into the regional level and even to locals. So there you go, man. YCS Vancouver. Let me know what you guys thought about the event and these results in the comment section down below. So let's start with Cupsy Yummy. Again, this particular Yummy card, it's rebounding off the lows. It was 850 single digits, and we've been proponents, guys. We've been discussing Justice Hunters at least once a week. The set, just reviewing, the Yummy cards, the Draco Tail cards, the Canine cards, and just telling you guys, like, don't take these single digit prices for granted. We've been saying that, to me, in my humble opinion, compared to other past formats, Yu-Gi-Oh is in a pretty great spot, economically speaking. Like, it's pretty cheap compared to past like tier 0 or multiple tier 1 competitive Yu-Gi-Oh decks that just a lot of money. But right now, when these Yummy cards came out, they were all averaging about $10, some 8 to 9 at single digits. And then you just needed a couple play sets, and that's it. 100, 150, maybe. You basically got your core. And if you got a deal, probably even less. And now they're starting to trickle up in price. Again, 1250s right here when the card was 850s. So it's up $4 a pop. What's that? 40%? Hey, you guys are better than me at math. But the whole point is, you can see the rebound off the low. Strong rebound here. As you can see, the card was 839s. Boom. Went to 13s. Pretty quickly with volume coming in And yeah, 25 listings. You have two here 1250s, but really the card is a 14 piece. And after that, RO9 is a $15 card that was 8. And then that's where you have the Walls of China. So like we said, hopefully if you're playing Yummy, if you decided to play this deck, which by the way was the deck that won the entire event, shout out to the champ, again now multi-time champion here, with with Yummy taking over the deck and becoming the winning deck here, with Vanquish Soul being the runner-up, and then Christian K9 and Vanquish Soul rounding out the top 4. So again, now people are rushing in. They're like, yo, yes, it was just 500 players, but the pro players were there and they were competing, and and now they saw that Yummy was powerful enough to actually take over and win an event, even with Vanquish K9 and the Draco Tails and all these other great decks. This deck was the winning deck, and it was actually represented. Again, it wasn't like, oh, Triff just went on a solo rampage and he became the winner, and in the top 32 there wasn't a lot of Yummies. Nah, again, top 32 wise, it was the second most represented deck in the top 32. So the deck performed. These cards are performing and at the highest of Yu-Gi-Oh competitive levels, as we can see, and now it's rebounding strong. So you can see literally the hype has continued, and this could, I'm telling you, as an ultra, it could become 17s, 20s, maybe even beyond. So guys, you don't want to sleep on a card like this. Hopefully you picked up your copies at single digits when we were covering this one, because now the Yummy hype is about to ramp up, and people love the artwork, people love the deck, and now actually winning a YCS. Guys, as we can see here, let me know what you guys think. We're going to discuss, Yummies a bit further in just a bit, but wanted to start with Cupsy because this is the one making the major moves right now, straight off the bat. Then we have Draco Tail Arthalion. Insane. This card was 33 bucks, and now it's just crazy. Look at this V-shape recovery. Wow, from 29 bucks, going up, it says the 50s, and it's a $75 Starlight. I actually pulled this one. It's crazy for my box. 6 listings only, single digit listings. And then well, from one of the boxes, a couple ones and 2s, and then triple digits. Insane. The Draco Tail hype, it has gone crazy. And yes, we're going to discuss again, as we can see in YCS Vancouver, it got top 8 right here with Draco Tail. So we're going to discuss that deck in a bit, but still, again, at the regional level has been popping off. People at locals have been popping off. So again, the demand for this card is at all-time highs. Insane to see the Starlight Rare, of this card spike up like this. Just crazy, yo. And hey, the meta don't play, man. People need it, people want it. They're like, you know what, man, I'm switching over to Draco Tail. I want to play the max rarity. And you have these parabolic moves, parabolic spikes off the lows. Excuse me, guys. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. And we're going to touch base on this card, the CR. I would be picking it up right now. Just like we said a couple of days ago, don't sleep. Hey, it usually starts with the max rarity, and then it trickles down to the next best thing, the next most scarce thing. So, CRs are the play right now. Don't let that one you spike up like this one. We're going to check that out in a bit, but in the meantime, Starlight Rare Draco Tail Arthalion. Insane. $75. Trying to push up to triple digits. Let me know what you guys think. Then we have Infinite Impermanence. Just wanted to mention this staple because I noticed, and we're going to show it in a couple of the decks we're going to be discussing today. I saw people were playing this at 3. So again, at first, when the format first started, not many people were playing Imperm. Imperm this, Imperm that is not a great card, is not a great this, is not great that. And now people are playing this at 3s again in a lot of decks, as we're going to discuss today. So just wanted you guys to keep this one in mind. A lot of people are going to prefer the quarter century Secret Rare. The OTs are around 90s. This QCSR used to be 125s, and it's crashed down to 90s. So again, crashed down to, well, it says 90s on the chart, but as we can see here, it's crashed down to 80s, 78s. Right here, chart hasn't even updated. So this has been a very strong crash, guys, for this card. So, it came in the rarity collection Uno, guys. So keep it in mind, it's scarce. Imperm is the staple of staples, and people are starting to ramp up and pick it back up and playing this card. So, if you want the quarter century, this is the lowest it's been in a while. In the last, in a while, since, almost 10, 11 months, like a bunch of months ago, guys, as you can see here. So if you need this card, you have playsets here at around 78s. This card could rebound fast as people realize that people are playing it again. And of course, it doesn't have to be played in like every single deck out there as it has been in past formats. But at the same time, people need this card. Is the staple of staples. If you want the quarter century secret rare or any of the other rarities, as we can see here, they're all, I mean, the commons are $3 to $4 still, you know, and of course this card is going to get reprinted later on this year. It was already announced, if I'm not mistaken, again, but it's a staple of staples. And once that new reprint also gets hard to get behind that product paywall, they'll all be hard to get and they can all rise up in price. So especially the higher end rarities, you know, if you need these cards, if you need this card in any of these rarities, you know, you have the PURs bumping up $1 or $2. You have the platinum secret rares bumping up 50 cents right there, which usually are indicators. That's how it starts. Look, only 12 listings left, guys. So again, people are realizing that they needed 13 bones for the PCR right here. And then the clean secret at single digits. Wait, I need to see this here real quick. Let me just check these here real quick because, you know, hey, the demand is coming in for Imperm. Look, you have clean secrets at $8. Yo, that's cheap, man. That's cheap. This card could easily be double digits overnight. 22 listings only. If you need your imperms, this is very, very good at these current prices right now. And then you have platinum secret rares, you know, at 1650s. After a couple, it does push us towards 20s and beyond. And then you do have the PURs here at 1374s. As we can see, the card double top at 1850, then at 1750, and now it crashed back down to 1250, but it's bumping up to 14s and eventually $15 and beyond. So you can see the hype starting to come back in. People realizing, yo, I need my imperms, man. I sold them. I was playing Vanquish K9, but now I'm moving on to XYZ deck, and now I need my imperms again. And look, you have a PCR here at a 971s. You have a couple at single digits. Immediately, it goes to $15 towards the bottom of the page. You do have a couple play sets there in the low to mid teens, but you know, this is it, man. If you want the imperms, you take advantage of these flash crashes here, and you know, before the card rebounds and becomes money once again. So don't sleep on the imperm, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. People were playing this, and we're gonna see it in a couple of decks in just a moment. So if you need any of these cards, first link in the description down below. You can buy any of the cards that we will be talking about today. You can fast track these all from one place at your convenience. First link in the description down below. Don't miss out. We have a Justice Hunters booster box, guys. By the time you're watching this, if you watch early, you still have a couple of hours left. This is it. Your literal last call right here to participate in our Justice Hunters booster box. Guys, don't miss out, man. Where else can, yo, a Justice Hunters booster box. Crazy. Don't miss out, guys. Right here. And then we also have a concurrent giveaway in just 4 days. We have the Exodia plush here with a Dank Ritual playmat. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Concurrent giveaways over here. No better time to be subscribed and a part of our community and our channel. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell. Like the video on the way in. Give yourself a shot. You know, as we head towards 10K here. I'm super excited. And it's all thanks to you guys. And we have an X giveaway as well. Get yourself over there, follow these instructions, and then you'll be participating. We will be selecting this playmat winner very, very soon. If you want your Billy Bob playmat or sleeves, make sure you get exposure right here, guys. Do not miss out. A couple of clicks and you can come in here. And yeah, guys, we have the new Starlight reveal, Starlight Rare, Heart of the Blue Eyes. That's pretty cool. And then we have Starlight Rare, Starlight Road. So, you know, that's pretty nice, man. Yeah, this one had the rarity treatment, so now it's getting an actual Starlight as well. Hopefully it's cheap for, you know, the Eddie Edisons out there, because this is the version that I'm gonna want as well. I'm gonna want this Starlight for my own Edison deck. So it's pretty cool. I love to see boomer reprints in the tins as well. It's not just like, oh, meta relevant, you know, modern advanced stuff. No. We want stuff for boomers out here as well. So I like these two prints. Heart of the Blue Eyes, that's a Starlight as well. That one's gonna be pretty nice. But where's Fenrir? Where's Chaos Angel? Imseti? Unicorns and man, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. So again, getting here into the winning deck. Again, shout out to Triff. Yummy won the YCS, as we can see here, and we have the full deck list here. And what was surprising is just the amount of hand traps that people were playing. So again, look, triple imperm here. The winning deck at a YCS was playing triple imperms, as you can see. Triple purges. We talked about purges recently here throughout the weekend. And then everything else is pretty much standard. I mean, something that did pop out was that people, and we're going to see it in another deck as well, one of the top decks, are playing triple veilers with double ogres. And here we see double haunted mansion as well. So strong hand trap lineup, even through, you know, the K9 engine, people still playing around K9, you know, just having their hand traps, not caring about K9 in a way. So that's pretty impressive. And as we can see here, extra deck is pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, nothing new. And then, you know, triple Lanciers against Malice. You have double retaliating Seas and double contact Seas. You know, cards that we talked ages ago here on the channel. And then you have triple Solemn Judgment, you know, popped out as well. Again, this was the winning deck, as we can see here. Everything seems pretty standard, but yeah, the hand trap lineup, crazy. You know, K9, you know, they play against hand trap. No, people, hey, I just need my hand traps, care less about no K9, as we can see. So it's pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think. So on that note, we have Cookie Yummy still at single digits, as we can see here. Guys, don't let this be the next $12, $13, $15 card, just like Cupsy is on its way to be. If you need yummies, like, don't wait anymore. Like, look, you're starting to see the little curvatures here. Like, it starts subtly. You know, sometimes you do have the V shapes and this and that, but other times it takes its time, little by little, supply and demand, you know, and then all of a sudden you wake up and this $9 card pushing almost 10s goes into the teens, and then 12s, and then 13s, and then 15s. No need to pay a premium. If you want to play Yummy, no better time to pick up the deck now. This set is just going to get harder and harder to get. Little by little, people are going to start cracking this set open less and less. And then these cards are going to get more scarce. And then you're going to get new Yummy support. And then this and that in the third. And then these cards go up in price. So keep it in mind. I would be picking up my Yummy core if you haven't done so already. Getting access to it, or if you're switching over, like, no better time right now. You want to pick up these cards at single digits because you need play sets. You don't want to see these at 15 to 20s, man. You don't want to pay $50 to $60, you know, for a play set that you can get for 30 right now. You feel me? So, like, that's what I'd be looking into right now, especially with a deck that just won a YCS and should continue to be heavily represented at top tier Yu-Gi-Oh events. Then you have Lollipo Yummy, also another one that is single digits, that is curving up a tad bit here on the 3-month as well. Look, $9-10, like, you come in 30 bones for your play set, you get your 3 cards, you get exposure to the deck, you can compete, and you can live to fight another day. And again, like we highlight here on the channel, it's not just this Ultra is great if you're on a budget, but the CR is $15. I'm like, how? Like, this makes no sense. And if you can see here, it's played at 3s. It's played at 3s, guys. And there's just a $5 discrepancy between, you know, Ultras and CR. No, like the other ones, like the Cup C and the Cookie, like their CRs, there's like a $10 gap in between. You know what I mean? Like, there's a $10 gap in between. This one only has a $5 gap. If you're on a budget in the literal sense of things, and you really need, you know, oh, I need to pay 30 for my play. Okay. But if you don't mind paying the extra 15 bones for, you know, for an additional place, like for your playset of CRs, you'll only pay an additional $15 total. Like, that is great, guys. That is great. If you see the monthly here, like, this card has just been consolidating, and yeah, 35 listings. And you have 4 ofs here at 15s. Like, it's readily available between 15 and 16 bucks. Don't take this for granted. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't let this creep up to 20, 25, 30s. It's a CR. As it gets more scarce and people realize that, they're gonna be like, damn, yo, it's played at 3s. Yeah, the Ultra's all neat and nice and well, but me, I'd be coming in right now, man. Just, hey, take my $50 post-tax. Let me get my place at a CRs, and I'll live to fight happily another day. You know, just having my clean CRs right here, mid-max rarity. That's what I would be doing. Just an extra $5, you know, and the gap can grow very, very fast between the Ultras and the CRs for any of these cards. So Lollipo Yummy, the CR, undervalued, underrated. I'd be picking it up right now. I would not be surprised for this to be 20 to 25 bucks overnight, as people realize the fact that it's just too cheap for a CR for the winning deck at a YCS, guys. And then you do have Yummy Snatchy still here at single digits. You see the tad bit of a rebound there. The card was 8 bones. Now it's pushing back up to 10s. Is up 15, 20% overnight. And again, still at single digits. 55 listings, we've been saying and a proponent of the fact that if you can pick up your Yummy Core for all of these ultras for single digits each, then you'll be well off into the future, guys. So don't sleep on this card. Don't sleep on the Yummy cards. The deck just won a YCS. Don't let these go crazy. Then we have Effect Veiler, again, at 3s. We've been talking about Effect Veiler for a little while now, so I don't have like any particular singled out version here, but I just wanted to highlight overall these Dusa at $3 cheap. You have super rares at $1. Like, that's too cheap, man. PURs bumping up overnight. You know, we've been talking about that one. Where's the, you know, clean platinum secret rares at 10s, PCRs at $7, single digis? Like, that's too cheap. Commons at quarters. Like, there's no better time to get exposure to this card overall. Look, we even have where is it? Let me just do this here real quick for you. Let's choose Yu-Gi-Oh. Then let's set rarity. Where's the quarter century? Look, we've been talking about the alternate art at sub $50. We've been talking about the quarter century secret rare at $35, under 40s. And we've been saying this is super cheap. There's no better time to get exposure to this card. And it wasn't being played, and now it is. And that's the whole point. Some of these hand traps, they cycle in and out of meta formats. You have a multitude of versions, from rarity collection versions to starlights to OTs to, you know, like, just, you have it all, man. This card has a bunch of different rarities, has a bunch of different holographic prints. Just pick your choosing, get your exposure right now. Look, ultra rares at $1 and some change from rarity collection Uno. Telling you, man, no better time to pick up Effect Veiler now. Being played at 3s, and you'll see, is not just in this deck, in the winning deck. Is in a couple of these, man. Like, there was it felt like, you know, based analyzing these decks, like everyone was playing 3s of Effect Veiler as play sets, man. Don't take this card for granted. Come in here, type Effect Veiler in the search bar, pick your choosing. They're all super cheap. Don't miss out. We have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. We've been talking about this card as well. Look at that. You got clean secret rares from Stampede at shekels, man. At shekels, just clean. OTs are around 90s. Right here, you got prismatic secrets at $1.50. Again, like, there's no excuse for you to not have your Ghost Ogres. PURs at $1. Platinum secret rares at 2s. The clean PCR we talked about the other day at pushing 2s. QCSRs at around $20. You know, $16 for the alternate arts. Like, you have so many great, beautiful printings to choose from, and now it's seeing actual play in the meta. Sure, some people might play 3, some people might play 2, some people might not play the card, but it's seeing play regardless. So, I'm telling you, man, we've been talking and honing in on Ghost Ogre, on Effect Veiler, on the hand traps that people weren't playing yet, and that we're always saying that could cycle back into the meta at any moment. Here we are. So pick your choosing, come type Ghost Ogre up here, pick your choosing, pick your favorite rarity. If it's from the rarity collection, one of the OG prints, things of that nature, get exposure to this card because people are starting to need these. And especially this secret rare at shekels, beautiful. You do have the alternate art secret rare at shekels as well, but this OG looks clean, man. Clean from Stampede. Don't let this spike up and become multiple billies, going from shekels to billies. Then we have Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Obviously, is a staple of staples when it comes to hand traps. And again, a lot of these ashes have crashed down in price because we got the Stampede Feed Ash reprint. So again, pick your choosing, and Feed Ash is the way, you know, what you like, then you get it. If it's the OG, then you get it. But regardless, there's a million prints of ashes, you know, holographics in multiple rarity collections thanks to the alternate art. You even have commons here, which I wouldn't be buying a common. I would just pay the extra couple of shekels, you know, to get one of the ultras or supers, you know, right here, as you can see from depending on which art you like. But again, just pick your ashes, get exposure. Don't take this for granted. Time is going to continue passing by. Of course, they can always reprint ash. They could give it, you know, an OT and an OTS or a Starlight Rare, or I mean, which it needs. So keep that in mind, but just have exposure to the card. It's a highly liquid card. People always need and want ashes. Just definitely one to keep in mind. We have Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion. We've been talking about this card recently, so no need to go into too much detail, but same deal. These hand traps, like, people thought, oh, K9 is coming now, no more hand trap. No, like, it's still hand trap format in a way. As you can see, many of these decks are playing a lot of these different hand traps. And look, commons are pushing up to 75 cents, could easily be $1. So same deal. Look, platinum secret rares at 5s, that's not bad. quarter centuries at 40s. That is not bad. You have Starlight rares at around 90s. You know, anything under triple digits, that is not bad. Clean secrets at 2 bones. Beautiful. Beautiful. PURs at 3s pushing 4s. PCRs at 8s at single digits. Just, you have, it's too great, too much value. Get exposure to the version that you want. You don't want to miss out. That's all I'm gonna say. You do not want to miss out on Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion as people are starting to actually play it inside their decks. Make your considerations and get exposure to the card. We have Retaliating Sea, the ultra rare technical max rarity, even though a lot of people prefer you know, the super rare from the OTS pack. You know, this card has been on a 6-month uptrend. Literally, it's been on a 6-month uptrend, and now volume is coming in as prices come up to all-time highs. There used to be massive walls of China for this card. You know, and the card at one point was a quarter, and now the card is $150, man. And if you go to the yearly here, you can see just a parabolic rise in price as people just need the card. And you still have walls here, massive walls. You want at $150, which is not that big, but the real true wall of China is at 2 bones. That's fine, because after that wall could easily be $3 to $5. So if you need the card, just get exposure. Come in here with $6, get your playset. I mean, hopefully you picked it up way cheaper when we were first talking about this card many moons ago, many months ago. So you know, at way cheaper prices at Shekels, but right now it's officially $1.50, and pretty soon it could be a $2 card, a card literally going from Shekels to Billies. And some people, they come in, they're like, oh, it's just $2, it's still cheap. Yeah, but what price was it back then? That is the key. 30 cents, 50 cents. And look, we had a booty shape recovery, never look back. Booty shape recovery, never look back. The game is truly that easy. So, you know, Retaliating Sea now being played in actual side decks at top tier Yu-Gi-Oh events. Do as you must. I mean, this is the highest that I would pay would be $2, man, or $1.50. You know, ideally from these 14. If these get bought out, then you know, $2 like that maximum price to get access to the ultra rares, because the supers are already like 3s, could easily push 5s. And this is the technical max rarity. So people are playing it, man. Card is getting hype. Volume is coming back in. If you need the card, it's already at all-time highs. Don't let, yeah, this is a massive wall of China, I won't lie. But again, people are rushing in. They're like, oh man, look, the side deck, just play that from 2 to 3s. Let me get my playset. And that rush can easily gobble down such walls of China. Then we have Contact C. Again, a card that we were also talking about at Shekels. No one was paying attention to this card a couple months ago, and now the card is starting to rebound off the lows here with actual volume, as people realize now, because of course people like to wait, they like to see it prove itself and actually being played in top tier winning decks at, you know, top tier Yu-Gi-Oh events. Excuse me. And now the card is rebounding with volume. So you have 28 listings, you have a couple one-ofs, and you know, a couple more one-ofs. And if you want to place it, you're gonna have to pay $4.36 with shipping, and eventually $5. So hopefully you have your copies. I have mine. I got them at Shekels, man. When we were talking about it, not after this first leg up, which we were saying to buy guys at $1.50, went to retrace back down to the mean. But we've been tracking this card like crazy. It's crazy. Look, one thing is to come in here, as most people probably do, you know, people that don't know about charts. And again, it's not that this has to play out every single time. It's all about probabilities, right? But we've been tracking this card since here, you know, before the moves happened, before anyone cared about this card, and this card was under 2 quarters a pop. No one cared about it. You know, it was super cheap. No one was talking about it. And we were talking about it down here, right? And then, you know, we had this first spike. We had this first spike right here, again, which we caused this volume candle. This is before Justice Hunters, before the meta, before people caught on, right? You know, you had this massive volume candle. We caused it, talking about the card here on the channel. Literally, we've showed evidence time and time again. We showed evidence. No one was talking about it. The card was down here. Down here. Look, imagine you can buy a card down here, right? We tracked this entire move, right? Okay, most people are done with the move or with the card. Oh, it spiked up. Okay, I got it. It's $2. Woohoo, I just got my playset. I don't care. You know, this, that, and the third. But we actually tracked this retracement back down to the mean as well. We said, guys, this card is halfway down, like literally halfway down. This is what you want to buy. Look at that. Like, this is from this line right here, this parabolic move, the halfway down mark is literally right there. Literally, guys. And we said, guys, halfway down move, card retraces back down to the mean. You want to give yourself a shot to pick up this card. Now is the time. And we're talking about the card right there after it retraces back down to the mean. And what has the card done? Just spiked up right now to all-time highs. Spiked up. We've been tracking this card move by move. Move by move. Look at this volume coming in now. Now people are surprised. Oh my God, Contact C's is the winning deck. Triff played 2 of these and X deck was playing this in the side and this and that in the third. And you heard a lot of noise. Oh, Contact C is a bad card. It sucks. They could play around it. They could do this. They could do that. So why is it being played at, the top tier Yu-Gi-Oh events? Being played, being sided, depending on your matchup. Because the card actually is good. The card is being played for a reason. Not just here, but in the OCG a while back. It's just that good. So again, as we can see, the card pretty soon is going to be a $5 card. You have this new Wall of China. Maybe I skipped it earlier, but with shipping is $4.31. So again, card going up from $1.40 to $4.40s. That's a $3 increase, man. So just insane to see this go on with Contact C. Is all in the charts. Men lie, women lie, but the charts don't lie. We have Artifact Lancia still being played at 3s against Malice. As you saw, 2 Malice decks, top 32, if I'm not mistaken. So, as we can see, a little retracement from the dollar mark with a massive Wall of China here. That is a big Wall of China. I will not lie. 2,000 plus copies. That's insanity. At 85 cents. After that wall, it does go back up to $1. So no better time to get exposure if you need your Lancias, if you don't have a, if you just don't have it. Who knows why, right? And this card could easily be up 15% from the 85 shekel mark and reach $1. So definitely consider this hand trap. Again, just played at 3s, as we can see here in the winning deck. And most decks are playing this at 3 right here. It's just Lancia being Lancia. Then we have here Solemn Judgment. Again, played at 3s. Recently talked about this card literally. So not going to really go in too deep. But other than the fact that just pick your choosing, don't let a couple of these cards go rampant on you, depending on the version that you want. Just come in. If you want the OTs at 50s, do as you must. Ghost Rares at 25s, do as you must. Lost Arts at 7s, that's pretty cool for a Lost Art version. And what else? You have a bunch of holographic prints to choose from, so that's the good news. But just come in here. If you want any of the rarity collections, the PCRs, the PUR, don't sleep on this, because when a card is played at 3s, at play sets, is very powerful. The demand becomes great. People just want their 3-ofs. Look at PURs, PCRs, all them P's and all them R's. Just get exposure to Solemn Judgment, as we've been already talking about even before the winning deck actually played 3s on the side deck. Then we move on to Draco Tail. Again, a deck that just topped 8 at YCS Vancouver, piloted by Jesse Cotton himself. As we can see here, when I saw this deck list, I'm like, wow. Like, the first thing that popped out was just the amount of hand traps, and not just in the main, but in the side deck. This is crazy. Like, guys, look at you. Fuwalos, Perulia, Ashes, Veilers, and Ogres, and Nibs in the main is already like a million hand traps, right? But look at the side deck. Triple Lancia, triple Phantasme, triple Bells, and triple Drows. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this many hand traps inside a deck build, including the side deck, like ever. That's insane. Insane, man. Crazy. With the double blazing Cartesia, as a lot of you were highlighting, that is also being played in Draco Tail. And yeah, I forgot to mention it, but I knew it. I knew it because I'd be seeing builds that were playing it. I was just mentioning the branded aspect of the hype of blazing Cartesia in yesterday's market watch, if I'm not mistaken. But also just the direct playability right now with Draco Tail at 2s right here. So insane. You have the third one in the side, and then double Fenrir here in the side as well. So pretty interesting, man. Other than that, the extra deck is pretty straightforward. The Artemis and the Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians, and Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden, are cards that were played more in the Magistus version once those Magistus cards come out. But look, even being played now, pretty interesting deck list right now for Jesse with Draco Tail. So let's dig in. Again, the CR, no better time to pick up this card right now. No better time. We already see the Starlight Rare spiking up into Oblivion. This is next, man. This is next. You have Walls of China. I get it. The supply is coming in. It's the CR, not the Starlight. We understand scarcity wise is different. This thing could be up 2x towards the mid 30s, and no one would be surprised. 30 listings, Do as you must. Don't let this become a 20 piece into the 20s or maybe even into the 30s. Just do as you must, man. If you want and need this card, no better time to pick up the mid-max rarity right now. You know, yeah, hey, 30 listings. I don't know how else to say it, man. Some people come in, they're like, man, Jay, there's 63 right here copies. But look, you need to understand, these candles, they're like 60 plus copies being sold every 48 hours. So this wall could be gone in 2 days. And then all of a sudden the card hits 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? Free money. Free 99. 30 listings compared to future valuations right now. This is too cheap because the Starlight already went parabolic. What do you think all them CR players that have already CR Perulias and CR PCR for Wallows and they have all their CR cards and they're like, yo, you know what? I want this one. I want the CR version as well. Don't sleep on it. I could see this card literally spiking up into the 20s overnight, maybe even become a $30+ card in the very short term. We have Rahu, Draco Tail, CR, you know, spiked up to 68s, and now it's an 80 piece. Mug Nuggies, nah, that's a lot of nuggets, man. Even a lot of wings. But yeah, the whole point is single digit listings at 9s, couple 1s and 2s, and then it's triple digits. So 1 page only. The card continues to go parabolic, making new all-time high after new all-time high. You know, again, card is beautiful. We just talked about this card, I think it was last Friday, but today's Monday through the weekend. You know, again, Draco Tail players going crazy, and this card could easily be triple digit. Insane for a CR. We'll see if it has enough juice to make it up there, but it's looking very, very likely right now because yeah, I mean, Draco Tail, man, is broken. And then there's no in between rarity with this one. It's like CR or super. There's not like an ultra, you know, or it doesn't have a higher Starlight rare, you know, as well. So, hey, 80 bones right here, as you can see, for this card that could easily be triple digits just very, very soon. So keep it in mind. We have Draco Tail Mululu. This CR recently was $58, which was spiking up from the $30 mark, which was crazy, right? But it's kept going up. It's $78 for CR Mululus. Crazy. You have a couple of one-ups, then it's an 80 piece, guys. Insane. 9 listings only, single digits right there, just bonkers. These Draco Tail cards continue spiking up into oblivion, and the top 8 at a YCS has been helping that as of late here, you know, overnight. So yeah, just straight insanity here with the hype around these cards. Just people wanting, you know, again, the max rarity. This one doesn't have a Starlight. It just has the Ultra and the CR. So crazy to see this at 78 to 80s already when the card was $25 not too long ago, pushing 30s. Just wild to see these crazy moves. You have Draco Tail Phimena, the Starlight rare. Look at that big booty shape recovery. Says the card has recovered to 67 bones. We wish. You got one at 88s, well, 2 of them, and a playset at 90s, and then it hits essentially $100. Then it goes to 130s, and then 200s at the bottom of the page. 6 listings only. These cards have been going insane for a deck that a lot of people, oh, you know, the deck is this, the deck is that, deck is trash, you know, Vanquish K9 is the end all be all, and yummy, and this and that and the third, and now everyone's onto this bandwagon, and that bandwagon is actually causing these insane valuations. Yo, I should have done a fresh off the flashback on this card, because we were talking, and when was it? Was it like $58 or something like that? Don't be surprised if when we officially do a triple digi, hit those prices. I mean, it's gonna be hard to find that video again, but the OGs know. We're telling you guys, there's the Draco Tail hype right now. We already saw the Ultra go from 10 to 20s. The next best thing, or the even better thing, the Starlight rare. And literally, once we talked about this card overnight, boom, it spiked up from 50s to 60s, and now it's kept going up towards 90s. Thanks to the YCS. Yeah, man. Yeah, the game is too easy. Just too easy. We have Artemis the Magistus Moon Maiden. Again, if you need this card, no need for you to wait. If you want the quarter century secret rare, no need for you to wait. Why? Because this, once Magistus support comes out, there's actually builds of people that most likely will be playing the Magistus version of a Draco Tail Magistus version, or Magistus Draco Tail. And they need this card. And it's already being played now in the extra deck. You know, they might need multiples once the Magistus version or, you know, cards come out And yeah, this card is hovering around 11s. Like, pick it up. Don't let it be 15s. Don't let it be 20-piece McNuggies for Mickey D's or beyond. You pick it up now. Early. Yeah, I mean, earlier would have been maybe single digits. Sure, potentially. You know, but right now, this is consolidating up here. Like, this is such a powerful yearly chart. Just powerful. Like, you can see it. It's speaking to me. It's telling me, Jay, buy this card. You know what I mean? Like, it's free money. We're consolidating at the highs. That's so powerful. And look, we need, hey, art class with Jay again. We need to teach another lesson right here. Look, usually you have consolidations, you know, that curve like this. Now, let me draw it over here. Consolidations that curve like this, right? They consolidate and you want to buy the sideways action, right? Yeah, usually. But sometimes consolidation can occur like this, you know, where you have a spike and then you're consolidating up here as well. And this is a very powerful consolidation pattern because it means that we're consolidating before potentially just doing this. Literally, guys, literally. I guess it's as clear as day. So again, right now we're consolidating up here after this move right there. We had the move, the spike from there to the highs, and now we're consolidating before, you know, potentially just doing this. Literally. Once the Magistus support comes out, people need this card. So don't let this go parabolic, become 15 to 20s. Take advantage of this consolidation. If I would need this card, I would be buying it right now, especially after seeing play at a YCS. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Don't take this for granted, man. Don't do that. Same as Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians, $7, $8. How? How is this single digits? Card was 1267s, crashed down. Volume came in and it's at single digits. You have a couple here at the sevens mark, $7, $8, and it quickly goes back up to double digits at the bottom of the page where you have an R09. 50 listings, guys. Don't take this for granted. Don't let this beautiful card become $15 to $20 on you. That's all I'm gonna say. With the Magistus version, it'll even, you know, definitely see more play. But even now, as you saw in that deck list, you know, people needing this is free money, man. It's gonna be double digits before you know it. Take advantage of these flash crashes, these flash deals right here. There you go. We have Fantastical Dragon Phantasmic, alternate art version. Again, as we can see here, the QCSR, you know, it's been 17s. Volume has been coming in. You have one at 18, one at 19, one at 20. Just a couple one-ofs all the way to 25s. Just one-ofs, mind you. And then the next place it is at a $25 mark. Then it keeps going to 35s at the bottom of the page too, 24 listings. So, you know, this card has been on an uptrend for like 8-9 months. The trend is your friend until the end. Volume is coming in, guys, even on the yearly chart as people are playing this, as you saw here at play sets, guys. You know, so again, Phantasme is seen play. If you want the quarter century secret rare, you know, pick it up. Anything in the teens at under 20s is a steal. This card does have like the full rarity treatment from Rarity Collection 2, the Forgotten Rarity Collection. So again, you have secrets at 2s, platinum secrets at 3s, bumping up here. And then you have PCRs at 250s, not bad. And you even have PURs. Is this PUR at $1 and some change? No way. That's crazy. Also going parabolic. You have a couple of one-ofs and the walls are at 2s. Not bad at all. So just pick your choosing. Pick your version. Get access to this card. You don't want to sleep on it as the demand is spiking up here. The hype due to actually seeing play in this current format. And then we have Secretary and Dragon. Usually we talk about the ultra rares. So we already know that's pushing double digits pretty soon, most likely. But the Starlight Rare Max Rarity, it only has 2 versions. You know, went up from 40 bones to 60s, and now consolidating here, as we can see. And yeah, seems the consolidation is done. If you need this card, you want to get it at around 60 bones, because the card quickly, one-ofs again, goes up to the bottom of the page towards 80s and eventually even triple digits. So 12 listings only. If you want the card, don't let it go crazy. I mean, yeah, you missed the $40 mark, but you don't want to miss the $60 mark once the cards is 82s, 100s. That's what you want to keep in mind for the max rarity version of this card that is see play now and will continue to see play into the foreseeable future. Guys, link in the description down below. Come over here, guys, if you want to participate in our channel giveaways, Discord and X right there. Don't miss out. And then accessories if you want, you know, Billy Bob playmat or sleeves. There you go. Then you get $15 off over here and whatnot. Come take advantage of these deals and steals, and make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way in as we continue to grow towards 10K. Is all thanks to you guys. I really appreciate the support and you guys continuing to find value in what I do. None of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And here we have K9 Crystron, man. Again, shout out to Yassine. You know, it's crazy to see a lot of things that he's been talking about on his channel, and that he's talked about in the past, like Dark Ruler No More when we collab. Just straight fire, man. Straight fire to see him top 4 at YCS Vancouver. It would have been epic to see a finals against, you know, like Yassine against Triff. Y'all imagine? That would have been insane. But top 4 is nothing to sneeze at. You know, and Yassine just always topping these events, like he said once we collabed as well, just always in them top tables. Much respect. And yeah, playing, you know, K9 Crystron, you know, he said it when he was with us. He loves his machine monsters, he loves, you know, his Crystron deck, and as we can see, actually performing at the top tier Yu-Gi-Oh event. So again, K9 Crystron, as we saw here at the beginning, you know, was heavily represented here, 3rd place in the top 32 in the sense of representation. So there was plenty of K9 Crystron players here. So that's pretty interesting, and it's pretty nice, you know, that he was the one that made it into the top 4. But yeah, just looking through, you know, you have the Crystron package, obviously the K9 package. We're going to discuss a couple of these cards. We have droplets here at 3s with imprims at 3s again, you see. So a lot of people playing imprims at 3 now. You have the Foolish Burial, that's pretty interesting. And then everything else, Foolish Burial Goods, we're going to take a look at it because being played at 3s in the side. So very, very interesting list right here. Nibs in the side as well. And then the hand trap lineup. So yeah, K9 Crystron, top 4 at YCS Vancouver. So we have Clockwork Knight. Again, they play it at 1 right there. And this card is about to go parabolic. Volume is the largest 3-month volume candle in the last 90 days. And this thing is about to run. So 23 listings. You do have a couple walls here pushing the $8 mark, but after that, it could easily become 9, 10s, double digits. So if you need this ultra rare, hopefully you picked it up at $4 or $5 when we were talking about it, because pretty soon the card could be up a 2x from those levels from Supreme Darkness. It's just a hard card to get. And I see this one actually reaching the double digit mark. When it was 4 to 5s, we said 750s was conservative, and here we are. And then now we expect that it can make, just based off the hype in the YCS event, it can make another, you know, another push into the double digit mark. So if you need it, don't sleep on it, man. You don't want to be paying a premium, paying double digits for a card that has always been single digits in its you know, excuse me, in its existence, guys. So we have Cyber Dragon Nova. You know, we have Cyber Dragon Nova right here. Yeah, this card again played in K9 Crystron, and also there's Cyber Dragon K9s going on around there, and they played Nova. So this card still only has 4 prints, 5 prints, you know, and they're all, yeah, 5 prints. This is the oversized one. So yeah, 5 prints. You have 3 commons, 1 super, and 1 ultra, and they're all around, you know, $3, $4, $5. So if you need this card, it's hard to get. You see low listings even for commons, guys. Just hard to get this card. And yeah, look, the ultra rare at 6s. If I would need one, I'd be picking up this ultra rare here at $6. Quickly goes to 8s. It's getting cleaned out. Then it goes to double digits here to 15s. 1 page, only 7 listings. So literally, single digit listings here's getting cleaned out. People are like, oh my God, K9 Crystron did not just top 4. You know, Yassine did, but also heavily represented, 3rd best representation in the top 32. That's mind blowing. So, you know, the card is around $6, then goes to 8s. If you can get this at single digits for the max rarity version of the card, can't blame you, because we just don't know if and when it's getting reprinted. Of course, we're heading into a reprint season. You never know if Konami decides to squeeze this in the tins. So just keep it in mind. But excuse me, guys. In the meantime, if you need this card, I'd be getting the ultras at single digits instead of paying, you know, $3, $4, $5 for a common. Man, shoot. Man, we have Foolish Burial Goods. Again, this card still only has, you know, like limited prints in the sense that they came out a long time ago. You have commons and rares and supers and ultras and secrets. But so you have a lot of options, but at the same time, these cards, they didn't come out recently, so they're not as easy to get as you would think. And again, we're gonna talk about Foolish Burial as well. It's nice to see like iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards just actually like being played. So it's always nice. So yeah, let me see. This one got the rarity. Yeah, rarity 2 was it? Yeah, so we're gonna discuss that in a bit. But first, staying on the Foolish Burial Goods point, you know, this is a phantom listing just in case, as you can see. So the card is 12 bucks, just a one of. Then it quickly goes to 15 bones for Foolish Burial Goods first ed max rarity, guys. So you know, that's where the card that used to be $5 is essentially up 3x and is hovering with a lot of one-ofs. But if you need play sets, as you saw Yassine play, then yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to pay, either get it from individual sellers or pay a premium down the line. But yeah, the card is essentially pushing back up to the previous all-time highs at 15s as it currently sees play. You have the ultra rares here at 319s. Card used to be 5s. You have, you know, readily available at 3s around here. So if you would need the card, I would come in and just get my playset here for 10 bucks. Playset of ultra rare Foolish Burial Goods, not bad at all if you want a holographic version and you just need the card right now. Again, these cards, they can use reprints. We just don't know if and when we're getting another reprint. So heading into the reprint season, just keep that in mind. But if you need it, I'd come in and pay 10 bucks for the ultra rares to get my playset. Not bad at all. Then you do have the super rares at 250s. You know, honestly, at this stage and age, like I said, I'd be getting, you know, the ultras for 10 bucks a playset. But if you're on a real budget and you still want a holographic version at around 250s, not bad to get exposure, because the card quickly goes back up to 4 to 5s. Crazy at the bottom of the page. 13 listings only. So the rush is coming in for Foolish Burial Goods. Don't sleep on this card. And then you have the rare here, which is cheap. Excuse me, guys. A couple one-ofs. Play sets at $1, and then it does quickly go back up to $1 billion some change. So again, if you want this card, you don't want to sleep on it. Just pick your choosing. You have a multitude of rarities to choose from as it's being played at play sets, as you guys saw. And then the one Foolish Burial, again, it's a one of. You have the Platinum Seekers at 250s, clean Secret Rares at shekels around 75 cents, which is, you know, 3/4 a pop. You have a PURs at around $1 and some change, and PCRs at $1. And then the quarter centuries, we're gonna take a look here. Look, PCR, the volume, look at that, coming in, literally coming in. You have a couple here at shekels. Then the multiples are at $1.40 and beyond. And then you do have the QCSR at 11 bucks. It's been consolidating forever at around 12s. No one has been paying attention to this card. Be it that is a one of that can't, you know, it's seen play right now. You can pick this card up at around 12 bucks. That is not bad at all. Don't let it creep up to 15s, maybe even 20s. Even if it's just a one of, is the quarter century secret rare from Rarity Collection to the Forgotten Rarity Collection. You want to make sure, if you want exposure to this card, that you do it at the low teens. You want to be paying 15s, a 20 piece for this card. Get your one of if that's something that you feel you need. Then you have Infinitrack Riverstormer. No way I'm buying the ultras. Excuse me, at 3s. No way. No way I'm buying the ultras at 3s when we have secret rares at $5. No way. So don't buy the ultras at 325Js, but I'm on a budget. Just pay the extra $1 and some change, honestly. Because you just need a one of. That's what I'd be doing. Look, this secret rare, I'm sorry, the ultra rare, you have massive walls of China at 325s. After that, wall does go back up to 4s and eventually even 5s. So the rush is in. People are buying the holographic yet cheaper priced card. But me, I'd be getting the secret rare right here. That's just what I'd be doing right now. As you can see here, card is $5, man. With walls of China, mind you. With the walls of China, card was $9-10 bucks, crashing down 50%. 45 listings, and you have a wall here at 5. No excuse. No excuse. I'd be picking this card up at 5 bones. You know, right now, the secret rare, instead of, you know, picking the ultras at 3s and some change. That's just what I'd be doing. All right, so keep this one in mind. Thanks to K9 Christian, you can see it being played. Where is it? Right here, the one of. So people coming in, they need the card. It's not as easy to get overall as you would think. So again, just get your exposure if you need it. Don't let this card retrace back down to the mean and rebound just because you see a wall of China. These things can get gobbled up quick. Are you seeing those volume candles consistently? Don't sleep on this card, man. Don't do that. Then we have Christian cards. Again, you have a multitude of Christian cards, but they don't play all of these. So just getting into, you know, Sofefnir, this card was 3, spiking up to 6s. We covered this card recently, still around $6. Not bad if you want your holographic version, because then at the bottom of the page, it starts hitting double digits with shipping, and you want to avoid that. Don't pay an extra 40% for no reason. Be early if you want the holographic version, 11 listings only. Do as you must, as you see the rushes coming in because of the recent tops. Then we have Smiger here. This common from Invasion Vengeance still recently was $5. Now is 362s with 4 right there, but it quickly reclaims the $5 mark. So if you need this card, I would be taking advantage of this flash deal right here before it's back up to 5s and beyond. If you want to build the deck now after the recent tops, you know, do it now before it continues to go crazy. And then we have Tristaros. We talked about this card not too long ago. Super rare from Dusa. That was 2 quarters a pop, pushing the 2s. And yeah, you have a 7 watt, a $177. But yeah, the $190, you have another watt. But then after that, it quickly starts going towards 3s and beyond, guys. So 26 listings, people are coming in, massive volume candles as people rush in to get this card to play in their new Crystron builds. So from Suda, from Supreme Darkness, there you go. You have Scrap Recycler. Again, we covered this move from 250s. The card was actually like hitting 10s, but now it's retraced back down to 6s. Right here with the Walls of China, because they play their one of. So again, I believe this is the only holographic version, and then it does have a rare. But if you needed anything around $5-6, not bad for your one of. You can buy into this wall. Because you just never know with a card like this if it rebounds strong. Then we have Forbidden Droplet, a staple. Again, pick your choosing. And we saw that the winning deck here didn't play Droplet because, again, some yummy players are playing the card. But right now, you know, this, Trips deck did not play that, that card. But again, Yassine's deck did. You see it here, top 4ing, playing triple droplets in the main, and Imperms there as well, as we discussed earlier. So that's why you see the ultra rares from Battles of Legend, Monster Mayhem spiking up towards 5s, and you have a massive wall of China. That's good. 39 listings, because this is the maximum that you would want to pay for a staple like this. Don't take this for granted. These volume candles are super big. Hundreds of copies being sold every 48 hours. So in just a couple days, this card could spike up. Not just, the 539 in the next wall, but become 6s and beyond. Don't let this become a $7.50 card on you, or maybe even double digits one day. $5 is that like top limit price where you want to get exposure for a staple like this. Don't take it for granted, or pick your choosing. If you want a rarity collection, PCRs at single digits, that's too cheap, man. That's too cheap. Then you do have the quarter century secret rare that we discussed not too long ago at around 60s. Not bad. You pick it up now before it becomes a $75 card. Then we have K9 Vanquish. So again, for this was the actual runner-up at the event, but there's not really too much to talk about when it comes to Vanquish Soul. Pretty much is these builds are pretty much standard at this point, but Pot of Extravagance, I do want to talk about that before we get into Izuna right here, because I forgot to look this one up. I just noticed of Extravagance, because this card, Pot of Extravagance, actually got the alternate art as well in Stampede, so we're going to discuss that in a bit. But other than that, nothing too crazy going on. Pretty standard extra deck build. Side deck is just, hand trap here, hand trap there. Yeah, build is pretty. You do have the double Phantasme in the main, so that's pretty interesting. As we discussed earlier, the card is seen play. You got double nib in the main as well. So pretty interesting take right here for this deck profile that was runner-up at YCS Vancouver. So let's just take a quick look again at Pot of Extravagance. You have the alternate art, you have the OG art, which are both around 15 bones. You have the Platinum Secret Rares at around 3s, and then the other ones are a buck to $2 for like the Prismatics. Secrets, you have PCRs at 3s, not bad at all. And then you have PURs at 3s as well. And then where's this Clean Secret? Clean Secret, where's that Clean Secret Rare? I don't see it. Am I blind? Right here. Clean Secret Rare at $1 and some change. So pick your choosing, because playing it at 3, that is considerable, guys. It is considerable. 3 Pot of Extravagances, guys. So again, you do have the alternate art here at around 15s. Not bad at all if you want this particular version, which looks pretty cool from Stampede, the alternate art. Then you have the OG art as well right here at around 15s as well. Quickly goes up to 18s and beyond. So if you want Pot of Extravagance, no better time to get it now. Either the alternate art or the OG QCSR, which the OG is from Rarity Collection Uno. So it's hard to get. Don't let these cards become 20s, 25, 30s if you need them, because when people need play sets, it's considerable, guys. And like we discussed, you do have a multitude of rarities, from the rarity from Stampede to choose from. I'm sorry, the alternate arts from Stampede, but from Rarity Collection Uno to choose from here, and even other ultras and other rarities as well. So no excuse for you not to have your playset of this pot card. And then you do have Izuna, man. Izuna right here, it's trying to find a floor. It's trying to find a floor here. this is what you want to buy, man. We talk about these charts time after time after time. This is what you want to buy. Consolidation. You had the flash crash, falling knife mode, even the initial rush couldn't push this card back up, and now you're consolidating. You're consolidating sideways, 61 listings. Don't let this card become a 40-piece and beyond on you. That's just all I'm gonna say. Don't take these, prices in the mid 30s for granted, mid to high 30s. Do as you must. I'd be getting my exposure now. This card is gonna have a long life cycle. Every time I talk about it, I say the same thing. Don't sleep on it. Not getting a reprint anytime soon. No better time. You're buying closer to the lows than to the highs. You get this card now. I already got my place set around these prices, so don't sleep on it, man. Just don't sleep on the Zuna on me. Don't do that. And lastly, you do have Dino Wrestler Pankratops here, QCSR, crashing back down. You saw that it was played at 2s right here. So this one has crashed down hard. And that, look, $5, man. So not bad. If you need your QCSR, no better time to pick it up at around 5s right here before we could rebound into the 6s, where you see the next walls of China, guys. 85 listings, as you can see here. So yeah, if you need your QCSR, you didn't buy the lows at 3s, you waited, you didn't buy a double digits. Now the retracement back down to the mean right here. So do as you must. Wow, what an episode, man. An hour-long coverage of YCS Vancouver. So much value in today's market. Watch cards going up, cards consolidating. You could buy this, you could sell that, man. There's a lot of moves going on in the market. Shout out to the champ again, Triff, and Yassine as well. Would have been crazy to see those matches on a live stream, but it was what it was. Hopefully they do well as well at YCS Anaheim. Yeah, man, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way out. So you can stay tuned and participate in our channel giveaways. What else, man? Wow, now we're on an hour-long market watch. Let me know what you guys think as we continue to grow, and it's all thanks to you guys. Make sure you share this in one place in the group chat with some friends. It really does go a long way, and I really, really appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Consistent support towards me and the channel, guys. Thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.